So if you're switching into Spring Boot microservices development tech stack, and you wanted to be a Spring Boot microservices developer in 2025 or beyond, here are the top 5 modules that you have to learn right away. And if you're already an experienced developer, then you got to watch my last point. But let's just start from the module number 1 and the very important module. So the module number 1, obviously Spring Core and Spring Boot Foundation. Obviously, you're going to be start learning about the containers and the way the Spring Boot works, because you have to make your basics right. And Spring Core is the module to go for if you are just started with Spring Boot framework. Then the module number 2, and is Spring MVC and Spring REST. Obviously, you are not learning all the basics of Spring Core just to write a hello world program. You wanted to build web application, how to build web application, the different foundation and fundamentals of it, the validation, the formatting, the controller flow, everything you got to understand. And after you're done with the Spring Web Applications basics, that is the Spring Web MVC, you got to switch into the Spring REST module. There you'll be learning to create REST endpoints and making a couple of applications talk to each other. That's what we call microservices communication. Once you are done learning Spring MVC and Spring REST, time to learn the third module. And this is what we call the Spring Security module. Obviously, whenever you will be writing web application, you will be implementing security over there so that the hackers will not get into your application. And you can protect all that thing by using the Spring Security module, by implementing JOT token, by implementing OAuth, and you will be learning everything in the Spring Security module. And don't jump into this module straight away. You have to complete the Spring Core, Spring Boot, Spring REST, Spring MVC before jumping into the security module. Now the module number 4 and the important one. This is what we call the Spring Data JPA module or the Spring Data module. In the Spring Data module, you will learn how your Spring Boot application will connect to a database. Database can be of different types, like a SQL database, let's say MySQL or SQL Server, or maybe a NoSQL database like MongoDB. And trust me, the Spring Data module of Spring will help you to connect to either of these databases. Maybe to connect to a SQL database like MySQL, you need to use the Spring Data JPA dependency. Or maybe you need to connect to the MongoDB, which is a NoSQL database. You need to use the Spring Data Mongo dependency. So you have a lot to explore in the Spring Data module as well. So once you cover the Spring Boot Foundation, the Spring REST, and the Spring Data, and a little bit of Spring Security, you are good to step into the microservices world. And the Spring Boot has a whole new module for that. And that's what we call Spring Cloud, where you will be learning various microservices design pattern and how to handle different challenges that you're going to be getting in a microservices environment. And the Spring Cloud module has every solution that you have to explore. All right, so I told you if you're an experienced developer, watch my last point, and here it is. So right now we are not living in 2000 where we just have one simple application and we deploy it in some server and everything is well and good. And right now the application that we are writing keep getting huge traffic, and that's why we are deploying our application into multiple servers to make sure we are handling traffic well. But here a traditional Spring Boot application might lag. I told you guys to learn Spring MVC and Spring REST because you want to write web application and you want to make your application talk to each other by using the Spring REST feature. But that is alone not enough. You have to write your Spring Boot web application which can take load, which can handle huge traffic, and the traditional web applications which are deployed in Tomcat server is not going to be enough. And for that, you have to explore the Spring WebFlux module. There you're going to be learning to go async. You're going to be learning about the non-blocking servers like Netty and other servers which are not like Tomcat. The Tomcat is a blocking server. And if you are getting confused what is a blocking server and what is a non-blocking server, don't worry. I got new videos coming off for you on the Spring WebFlux module as well. And if you're just starting out Spring Boot and microservices, don't worry. This channel offers a lot of videos for free. You got the Spring Core course, MVC course, REST course, data course, Spring Data course, Hibernate course, a lot of related course over here for free. You can go and start learning straight away today and be a better Spring Boot microservices developer in 2025 or beyond. So that's it for this video. If you found this video informational, then do consider to give me a like and let me know in the comments that what are the different modules of Spring Boot that you have already explored and what are the modules that you are exploring right now. As I said, these are the top 5 modules that you have to learn right away to get started. But Spring Boot is huge and it has solutions for everything. It offers a lot of modules, and as your experience grows, you're going to keep learning about them. So just let me know in the comments what are the modules that you know already and what are the modules that you are learning right now. I will see you guys in another video. Till then, bye bye, take care, and happy coding.